Hey friends, in today's video, I'm going to show you how I farm the Loud Lullaby hand cannon. I mentioned this yesterday in the meta at a glance video, talking about the most effective tactics available and what to expect, equipping you with knowledge for when teams really want to win at this game at all costs. And the winning playstyle right now is leading or following up with abilities, never taking duels unless it's as a team, or you're sticking so tightly to cover, taking pop shots in and out of cover, never taking full-on duels, just a shot here or there. 120 RPM hand cannons and pulse rifles are the best at doing that, and since Lord of Wolves is the most popular energy weapon to pair with that type of thing, you need a complementary weapon. In this case, I recommend Loud Lullaby or True Prophecy. You can farm both of those today, this week. True Prophecy comes from the Dares of Eternity, and Loud Lullaby is what I'm showing you today. First and foremost, let's go over the target roles of what you want and value on this. I think you go for a stability, range, or handling masterwork. Always skip the reload here, because if you have below, I think it is 30 stability, you take an extra flinch penalty. And also, it's just easier to shoot, and there's less bloom the higher stability you have. Range is important, but as you can see, even with a non-range roll, something that loses range on steady rounds, we're still sitting at 33 and almost a half meter here. So what I recommend is to go for steady rounds or extended mag, since it's going to boost your aerial effectiveness stat in the future. Or if you're going for specifically a kill clip roll, I think flared magwell is also incredible. But if you could choose any of them here, I think you go for steady rounds. As for the barrels, fluted, because it gives a lot of handling and a little bit of stability, or you go corkscrew or arrowhead break to bump that recoil direction up to 100 and make it more predictable. As for the main perks to look for, I think surplus is the best for Omnioculus and stasis hunters, and then everything else is also worth mentioning. Moving targets free aim assist, slide shot free range and reload, and it does pair very nicely with extended mag, so if you get that combo, that's incredible. Of course, you probably don't want kill clip if you have extended mag, unless you're playing a marksman dodge hunter. Then we have heating up, and I pair heating up with frenzy on my Gemini hunter. That's my daily driver scrim tested hand cannon. It can beat the best players in the world and go toe to toe with anything you throw at it. So it is really strong. Tunnel vision I would skip on, even if you do have the marksman dodge build. I think the other perks are more valuable here. Same with subsistence. No distractions is incredible, but you have to aim down sights for a little bit, so unless you use like a knucklehead radar build, oftentimes it's better to just take a quick shot and risk the flinch than to hold it the entire time and lose your radar, because in that time someone could fly at you with the shotgun. So although I do like no distractions, I think there are still better options here, including surplus. This is my number one recommendation here. It completely juices this hand cannon. On the right-hand column, of course, explosive rounds, kill clip, frenzy, I already mentioned those. Adrenaline Junkie can 2-tap. I have videos in the past highlighting that exact role and making a lot of clutch plays in trials. And then maybe Osmosis for a weird solar or void type build. In PvE, that's going to come up a lot more, but in PvP, maybe if you're really trying to make a gunpowder gamble build work or something like that, keep it in the back of your head when you're farming for this, because you never know what you're going to get. So now with the role out of the way, let's talk about the actual farming method. So what we want to do is go to the moon. If you have not unlocked any of the moon stuff, you need to do the story, Mysterious Disturbance, follow every quest line until you unlock the Lectern of Enchantment. So let's travel there right now while I talk about the consumables. Your goal is to obtain phantasmal cores. You need 20 phantasmal fragments for one phantasmal core. You can obtain the fragments by killing, I believe, nightmares and enemies on the moon and doing moon activities. Mainly go to Sorrow's Harbor. You can check today in Destiny.com for what weapon drops at the Altars of Sorrow. Today, I believe it's a rocket launcher, but out of the 3 weapons that drop, I recommend the shotgun. The slug shotgun can get some incredible rolls, so if you're farming for that shotgun, you might as well build up your phantasmal fragments at the same time. So now, here we are at the Lectern of Enchantment. What you want to go for is the Essence of Brutality. I've already picked one of these up. It will ask you to complete activities and get hand cannon kills. You can get a free Phantasmal Core by using 5 fragments to buy a bounty. You can also get Phantasmal fragments from Nightmare Hunts and from bounties. So if you really, really want this hand cannon, do your daily logins leading up to a day like today, where you see the daily lost sector happens to be on the moon. Or you wait for Sorrow's Harbor to have the Altars of Sorrow activity land with the weapon you want, like the slug shotgun. So either of those two things work, and you use a hand cannon to build up your kill count while picking up bounties, while also doing lost sectors at the same time. So today I'm going to do a lost sector run. Gonna travel to it right now. I believe the modifiers are a void burn, so I'm using a void machine gun, anti-barrier, and overload. For anti-barrier, I'm using Ariana's Vow. And for overload, I'm using a submachine gun that also has osmosis. The helmet I'm using is Nezarec Sin, so that I can have more void abilities and guarantee my super by the end of the lost sector. You could probably use like Controverse Hold and speed this up a little bit. Even Transversive Steps is fine to auto-load your machine gun. I have Reconstruction Rampage on mine. You might be thinking, a machine gun? That's kind of weird. Trust me, it shreds this lost sector. I tried a rocket launcher, I tried a linear fusion, and they just weren't getting the job done. So I ignore these first two snipers. There's a champion ahead. I'm going to throw a grenade at my feet and then bust out the machine gun to kill the captain because he's just annoying and flinches you in the side, and then just hold it down and defeat the barrier servitor. Normally the machine gun can do it, but if it doesn't, just pull out your Arianas and finish it up. Definitely build up rampage stacks. I'll show you where to get this machine gun after I finish this live comm. Take out the solar shields with Ariana. If I feel like killing the captain early, I can stop him and just build up the machine gun. Pay attention to your ammo count. Hold those rampage stacks. Let your auto-loading do its thing. And if you hear a wire rifle in the background, make sure you clean that up. I have a machine gun holster on my legs, and it has reconstruction, so it reloads pretty fast. Grenade goes out, I get volatile rounds again. Holding down that overload, he teleports away. It's fine, still gonna get shredded. You don't have to kill those glaive guys right there. Kill all the dregs. Defeat the champion. Enemies fall off of this dropship. Meet them with a grenade. Kill the yellow bar with your machine gun and get a reload in. Shanks spawn with solar shields under the boss, and 2 vandals come out of this door. Kill the vandals. Shoot one shot of Ariana, they all blow up. Nova Bomb to end it, and then keep firing machine gun until it's done. And it's done. Wasn't the cleanest run, but I will do another for posterity. This should give you 16% on your activities completed, while you're also working towards exotic helmets today. The helmet that I want is Astrocyte Verse with low mobility, high recovery, high resilience, and high discipline, low everything else. The worst part about my Astrocyte Verse look is that my alt account got the best one I have ever seen first try, and now my main account is just struggling to catch up. I'll talk about that commemoration, I promise. It is the weekly raid. I used to do a strat where I killed that servitor first, but I found the machine gun strat a lot more consistent. Because you barely even have to aim at it. So another run for posterity. Solar tracers, just hip fire in their general direction. Ariana's pretty forgiving here. Grenade goes out. Machine gun clears the whole room. If he puts himself in a position to finish early, let's take the kill. Look for green bricks. Any green bricks? There's my overflow. Moving along swimmingly here. Champion defeated in the left feed. Clear out the dregs. Dropship. Grenade. Yellow bar. He's got to be hiding somewhere then. Vandals that spawn. 1 bullet in. If he is not dead, he teleports to the other side. So I'm going to meet him with a grenade. Ariana to finish. Cache code. Another minute 50. This one was a little bit cleaner, more in control of it. So, this week, Commemoration Machine Gun. The weekly raid so happens to be the Deepstone Crypt. You can obtain this machine gun, I just double checked, from the final boss. The final boss is the easiest encounter in Deepstone Crypt. A lot of guides on YouTube, and most importantly, a lot of people hold checkpoints for this boss. So check around on LFG and forums and whatnot, and you will probably find someone who has a checkpoint. Put that on both your characters and keep cycling in new LFG groups and doing this encounter until you get a decent enough machine gun. I do recommend Reconstruction, and then doesn't really matter the other perk. There's also a really good PvP machine gun, so maybe you get that too while you're there. Oh, hold up. You might not even have to farm for Commemoration. I just realized, this editor's note now. You can get the Chain of Command machine gun by just participating in the season via the Vanguard, Crucible, or Gambit. Just keep playing the playlist until you unlock this machine gun. Then, use Osmosis, and I think Demolitionist. That makes the most sense here with speed running these lost sectors with the machine gun. Yeah, definitely just use this. Don't even worry about getting Commemoration. This is so much easier. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you learned something new. Remember, the goal here is to get a Loud Lullaby by consolidating your time, by doing Lost Sectors or Altars of Sorrow while completing bounties. Good luck. Hope you get your drop. See you in the next one.